Paddy and Tygrr just having some fun, picking some words, then the pictures get done. We share it with each other and we laugh. Type in some words, let the madness unwrap. MidJourney Madlibs, nothing gets clearer. That's the show, it just keeps getting weirder. MidJourney Madlibs, nothing gets clearer. That's the show, it just keeps getting weirder.
Oh my gosh. What on earth?
Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in, make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake. Welcome to Paddycake Games and the Season 5 mid-season finale of MidJourney Madlibs. And with me, as always, is my best friend and co-host, Brent. How are you doing today?
I'm slovenly. No, I'm well.
All right, well, good to hear. Either way, all good. All right, well, we are not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and get started. You guys know how this works, and if you don't know how it works, here's how it works. We have sent each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into the Madlibs, and then we take those sentences, we run them through MidJourney, we create a series of art, we get together, we share it with each other, and then we laugh, and that's the show. And we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video and click on the like button. It's just a little thumbs up button. And then if you're doing that, go ahead and go right next to it and click on the subscribe button, because that will be even cooler. And then you can go ahead and do the whole 3 things and click the notification bell. That lets you know when new videos get posted to the channel. If you'd like to join the community, look in the description of the video. There's a link to a Discord. We have a really cool community. Come and join us. It's awesome. And then if you want to help out the channel in other ways than liking and subscribing, you can join the channel. Click the join button below. There's 2 tiers of membership. You get extra perks and extra videos. And that's it. All right, I'm done. Actually, I'm not done. I'm first. I'm excited. This was fun. Tonight, my Madlib is called Cerberus Training. And my art is in the style of Robert Gwathmey mixed with the Spirit Halloween store. Robert Gwathmey was an American social realist painter. His family included his wife, photographer Rosalie Gwathmey, and his son, architect Charles Gwathmey. Born to Robert Gwathmey Sr. and Ava Mortimer Harrison, he also had half-sisters, Catherine and Ida Carrington. Gwathmey's early life was marked by tragedy, with the deaths of his father in a work explosion and his mother in a car accident. Gwathmey initially studied business at North Carolina State College, but found it unfulfilling. He then worked on a freighter and spent a year at the Maryland Institute of Design before completing his art education at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts. His artistic development was significantly influenced by the Crescent Traveling Scholarship, which he received in 1929 and 1930. This allowed him to study in Europe, visiting Paris, Madrid, Barcelona, Genoa, Pisa, Florence, Venice, Vienna, Munich, and London. His artistic influences include European modernists like Pablo Picasso, Henri Matisse, Vincent van Gogh, and Rufino Tamayo, as well as French satirist Honoré Daumier and realist painter Jean-François Millet. Gwathmey's artistic style is characterized by simplified compositions and symbolic abstraction. He employed distinctive colors, shapes, and figures to convey his messages. When labeled a social artist, Gwathmey emphasized the inherent connection between being a social being and an artist, highlighting the artist's role in observing and reflecting on the world. After his education, Gwathmey held professorships at several institutions, including Temple University, Beaver College, Carnegie Institute of Technology, the Cooper Union School of Art, the New School for Social Research, and Boston University. Among his notable students were artists Faith Ringgold and Alvin Carl Hollingsworth. Gwathmey was also a political activist, which led him to being under FBI surveillance for at least 27 years of his life. He passed away on September 21st, 1988, due to complications from Parkinson's disease. Gwathmey was a beautiful artist, and his work is very inspirational. Unfortunately, the style blend kind of runs away with the art this week, but nonetheless, enjoy this Madlib with art in the style of Robert Gwathmey and the Spirit Halloween store. I didn't get a lot of stuff that really resembled Robert Gwathmey's work. There's stuff that kind of halfway references it, but not quite. You'll see. But it's fun nonetheless. Here are some tips for training the tuna guy, your 33 1/3 headed guard, Son Conure.
What?
So you gave me 2 weird bird breeds as animals this week. I don't know if you were just in that headspace for some reason.
I'm hoping that the 1/3 head is just a smaller version of a head.
Maybe
Perhaps 1/3 of a head.
Perhaps the 1/3 head is going to sprout from this little thing growing in the corner. Or is that an egg that's going to hatch? I'm not sure. Maybe that's where the 1/3 is coming from.
I think it's a cherry tomato.
But
and
yes.
What's up with the Alamo back there?
Well, that's what it's guarding. It's got to guard something. So number 1, be consistent. The same cherries and commands should always apply. Always. Luke Skywalker.
Okay, Luke Skywalker. Yes. Yes, absolutely yes.
Good. It's not just me
not
then.
Not planned, y'all.
Not just me then. As soon as I saw it, it's like, I got to include this one because that's Luke Skywalker. And I don't know why it's Luke Skywalker, but that's funny.
I feel like it's Luke Skywalker in like an alternate timeline where he went bad because he kind of has a little Palpatine.
Yeah, he's a little crazed. He's a little crazed. You are correct.
Or maybe he's just been hanging out with those little creatures for way too long.
Whatever those are, they look like living traffic cones. Be concise. Don't say chifferobe several times in a roadmap, or else he'll sketch the word out entirely.
It looks like it has texture and depth, like
especially in
like
the sky.
Little gaps between the clouds.
Yes, especially
it looks
in
like
the
you
sky.
could actually like stick your finger in
Yes,
those little crevices
absolutely.
where it's darker.
It's very three-dimensional in that regard. I agree.
And are we in Roswell?
I don't know. It's very strange. I'm not sure what these little white creatures are, or why they're dancing around in front of the gas station, or convenience store, or whatever it is. It looks like a little convenience store.
It sort of looks like the video store from Clerks.
Kind of, yeah. But it's obviously Halloween because there's, jack-o'-lanterns. Be generous. Slouch him for being right by giving him treats like fettuccine carbonara.
What are we feeding again? Because that doesn't look like a sun color.
Right?
But I do see that it has closer to 33 1/3 heads than the previous one did.
That's true. That is true. However, it seems to be made out of the fettuccine.
That looks like a mobile home, like the end of a mobile home.
Oh,
But
kinda.
The manufacturer kind of got like really creative, and instead of having a bay window, they just basically have a bay wall.
Be generous. Slouch him for being right by giving him treats like fettuccine carbonara. Yes, 1 for each of his toes. But don't overglide him. I surprisingly got very little stuff that was like creepy, because usually, of course, when we have toes in a Madlib and it comes up on the show, it's usually pretty horrifying.
I mean, for Patrick, having your feet on this wet pavement probably isn't the best.
Well, okay. I'd be less concerned. Okay, so my normal thing. Okay, guys. This is something that I don't know if I've actually talked about on any of my channels or any of my shows or anything that I've done. I have this weird thing about my feet. Okay, and it transfers out to like viewing things happening. Like if I'm watching, like, okay, you guys are familiar
It's
with the
like
show.
Empathetic pain.
Yes, so you guys are familiar with the show like Naked and Afraid, right? So when they're dumped into the wilderness and they're walking barefoot on sticks and rocks and grass with like thorns and stuff, I can barely watch that because it really, really bothers me. And I'm squirming right now just thinking about it. So I have this thing about the bottoms of my feet. I never go anywhere where I don't have control over what I'm stepping on without shoes on.
Like, well, you'll go on your patio, right?
I will go on my patio, yes, because I can see what's underneath my feet as I'm walking around. But I very rarely will step onto the grass unless I put shoes on. And when I do, it has to be very briefly. So anyway,
And I get it, because we used to have a pasture when I was growing up, and most of the time it was fine to walk out there barefooted. But when they would mow, and after they mowed and they baled it and took away the hay, there'd be like these stalks sticking up before they started to finally rot and die, and before they started, the ryegrass that would grow in the winter would come. But yeah, I'd walked on those things barefooted, and it seemed like such an innocuous thing. I'm just walking through a pasture full of mowed and grass, and every now and then you could get a pretty good gash in your foot from that stuff. Because those little stalks, some of those stalks on that Johnson grass would almost be hard.
yeah.
So
And that's why I can't. I can't. Just the thought of that. It's like, nope. That's not going to happen. I'm going to protect my feet, and that will never happen. But something like this image does not bother me at all, because I'm picturing myself in this situation. Excuse me. And the fact that I'm putting my feet down in water that's on like a street, even if it's like super murky, I know that it's just
which doesn't look.
I know it's just the street down there. Like, it's not like something completely that I've never seen before.
Okay.
So that doesn't bother me as much as I wouldn't do it just because the water's really filthy.
Yeah.
Well,
it's interesting because he's got his eye. It looks like his
it's like these
mask.
superhero.
It looks like Robin or something.
Yeah. Verbal praise. This is funny. Verbal praise and hair massages can serve as glowing reinforcement too.
That's a hair massage. Nothing there feels like glowing reinforcement at all.
But they do, I don't know, this fun kind of. So, to me, when I first saw this image, and it made me start giggling because I thought, this is like a Pentecostal outing to a Spirit Halloween store.
I am so glad you said that, because I kept looking at them. They used to look like the girls I used to go to church with. So I'm like, this is okay. Yeah.
Just immediately when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I have to include that just because Brent will probably see the exact same thing that I'm seeing.
Yes. I'm so glad you did. 'Cause I was like, is anyone else thinking this?
Be patient. Understand that training him blatantly takes time. It's so blatant.
Oh, we finally got us a dog. Yes. Because all this time, so we went from a 3-headed, or 33 and a 3rd-headed, but a 3-headed dog to a 1-headed man dog.
Right. Who's having just a grand old time with whoever this guy is.
They also look like they're outside of a Lowe's or a Home Depot.
Yeah, they kind of do. I didn't
the
notice
garden
the
center
background.
where they
have
it's like all the pallets.
Yeah, it's totally the garden center. Don't expect immediate garbage.
Jira.
Grr? I read it like grr.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I guess she's just immediate garbage. She just went ahead and carried herself out in a black sack. And she's just.
So
it also kind of looks like she's buried halfway in the ground, but also kind of think it's funny that she's actually in a garbage bag and just her head sticking out, and she's waiting on the curb to be picked up with the garbage.
Brian Murphy show has Niecy Nash on it.
Niecy
She's
Nash,
a cop at a college.
Oh,
Emma Roberts.
Scream Queens.
Yes,
I love Scream Queens.
That scene with the lawnmower.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. I forgot about that scene.
Yeah, that's what it made me think of.
Take a painful tone and scurry at him so he knows you're on his unicorn.
That's horrific. I know it is probably part of a costume, and it's a really cool costume if it was. Could you imagine it? Like, it would just be like this bodysuit you'd put on, and you'd have this huge gaping mouth that actually looks like it has depth, or maybe it even does have a little bit of depth. That'd be a freaking scary ass costume.
But you'd have to have something similar on the horse that you're riding, because that's what makes it really great. Because the horse has a very similar mouth.
Are you sure that's a horse?
Well,
I'm pretty sure this. Well, both of them. It could be a man riding a horse, and then Venom enveloped them together.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. Lastly, enjoy. Make sure you both have a good time, and he'll be waddling out of your hand in no time.
What? Oh,
He'll be waddling
so
out of
weird.
your
It's-
hand. Don't you want to see him waddle out of your hand?
I want to see him waddle out of here. That is terrifying. It's so weird. Like, I mean, at first you're like, okay, the upper body is like odd. I mean, but normalish. I mean, his like torso doesn't look that much different from mine. Then you get to his weird forearms, which are basically skeleton, and from the waist down, he's basically skeleton.
Skeleton-ish.
Muscle over it. Ugh.
Yeah. And then he has
And
this.
It might be okay, except for that devoid face.
Yeah. I also like the broken neck that actually looks like he's a ceramic doll that's been shattered at the
Oh,
neck.
I thought it was a collar.
Oh, see, I read it as like empty space, like it was all shattered, but it was all still there, like just floating. So that's the end of the Madlib.
It's very disconcerting.
So how would you
I
like?
think I'm okay with this being the end of it for once.
Well, I do have a few
That was
honorable
kind of
mentions.
terrifying.
I do have a few honorable mentions to look at. I just like
Hate this.
Just like Monday's episode, these were made like 2 weeks ago, so I don't really remember which of these go with which prompt. So we'll just enjoy them. I'll try to remember, but I probably won't remember exactly. And if I don't remember, we'll just enjoy the art for what it is.
Like, if it wasn't a blend, we probably would be able to easily discern it. But the Spirit Halloween store throws a very huge wrench
Yeah,
into
it really does.
the formula.
It really does. I don't know. I kind of like this. It's creepy.
No, it's a great piece.
Yeah, it's creepy, but it's not frightening creepy. It's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Whimsical creepy. Does that make sense? I don't know. I think this might be yes one. No. No, yeah, maybe yes for one for each of his toes, but don't overglide him. I think maybe. I'm not sure.
It looks like a propane tank. Please tell me you've ridden the propane tank.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, we used to turn it into some sort of like a ship or conveyance of sorts, and we would, all pile up on it. I mean, because you could probably get 4 to 6 kids on there, depending on how big the kids are.
Oh, easily. We had me and all my
if
cousins.
it has the cap on it, the metal cap thing, you can put somebody on there if they're not too heavy. But yeah, basically it looks like someone put some legs on a propane tank. Put paper mache on
Paper
it.
mache head, make it look like a horse, sort of.
I mean, he does have
One. Oh, this is one for each of his toes.
12 toes.
But don't overglide him.
All
yeah.
12. of
All
them.
12 toes. Yeah. So this is
But
the gallery.
It
This wait. This is a whole thing, okay? Because this is the part of the
Oh.
show where we talk about little 12 toes. Because
But-
little 12 toes came up a lot in this prompt, as you can see.
Oh, wow. I don't like the missing toenails,
I don't either.
but the proportion. Also, why does the top of his foot look kind of like the bottom of his foot?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I
Oh!
there was a lot of little 12 toes.
Wait, is that 12 or 13? That's 13.
Oh, well, this is 13 toes.
Oh boy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
That's
3,
12.
4, 5. Yep, it's 12.
Now this looks
Well-
like a lady here. I don't know, something about the shape of her ankles and feet.
And
It
calves.
looks more like a lady. And she sort of has bunions, which are more common for ladies. But they're not. Ooh. These are like little piggy toes. The funny thing is, MidJourney's gotten better at making 6 toes look undoable. Like, to me, I look at this and I go, oh, I can see how 6 toes would totally work.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I mean, it would
Well-
totally screw our number system.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole point of the song from Schoolhouse Rock. It's examining the possibility of a 12-based number system because it was a hypothetical planet where people were born with 12 fingers and 12 toes, so that it was called Little 12 Toes. You don't remember that one? Do you remember that one at all?
That is what I do not remember.
Really? Okay. Yeah, look it up. It's weird.
Wow.
It's one of the weirdest ones.
Yeah, very obscure for sure.
All right. Well, that's the end of my Madlib.
Oh, chickens.
Yeah. So, that is my last Madlib of the first half of the season.
Go through. Wow.
But it's now time for a word from our sponsor.
Tired of driving your strawberry guzzler 2 towns over just to eat at that other Chinese food place?
There has to be a better way.
Don't. Now there's Shanghai Mirror, the best eating puppy in town.
It's just a fuzzy walk from my house.
No shoes, no gas tank, just vibes.
Come for the convenience. Stay for the award-winning steamed gondolas. Or try our sweet and green barbecue puffins, banned in 12 countries for being too delicious.
I've tasted rebirth.
Or dig into a platter of our signature fried kilts, crispy, tartan, mysterious.
I don't know what part of the kilt I ate, but I respect it.
You should confront Brian about the garage.
Do not buy the inflatable crown. Not yet.
It is time to make highfalutin decisions. I've never felt so guided.
Shanghai Mirror, located at 900 Reflective Crescent, across from that parking lot that looks like a graveyard but isn't. Shanghai Mirror, you're not lost. You're just hungry.
Okay, well, that looks like an experience.
That's a good way of putting it. Of all the Chinese food restaurants in the world, that's certainly one of them.
Now we're back to a golden oldie. This one has been with us since the beginning, since the Dungeons and Dragons Madlib even. All the way back then, it's Clue.
Oh, yay.
The list of suspects.
Which includes
Are you
2 cats and a person who's dressed like a cat.
the list of suspects? And it is an art style of Arthur Hacker, and it has a fun little mix. Arthur Hacker was a British painter who lived from 1858 to 1919. And if you're imagining a man with a dramatic mustache painting even more dramatic scenes, congratulations, you've nailed it. Hacker was known for his academic style, rich in symbolism, romance, and just enough angst to make a Victorian swoon into a chaise-longue. Or for you uncultured people, a chaise lounge. Trained at the Royal Academy schools and later in Paris at the Atelier of Léon Bonnat, Hacker learned how to paint like the greats, then took that skill and filled his canvases with angelic visions, mythic heroines, and a healthy amount of flowing fabric. Okay, this one might be a little short on flowing fabric. Ah, that's better. His works often flirted with the pre-Raphaelite look. Hello, luminous skin and sorrowful gazes. But with a bit more polish and a little less moss. One of his best-known paintings, The Annunciation, gives us a golden-lit Mary and a practically glowing angel in what looks like the most reverent Pinterest mood board of all time. Meanwhile, works like And There Was a Great Cry in Egypt let him flex both his technical skill and his taste for epic biblical drama, complete with dramatic lighting and palpable tension. Despite his knack for myth and melancholy, Hacker had range. He also painted portraits, society scenes, and even took a swing at modern subjects later in life. He became a full member of the Royal Academy in 1910, which was basically the world's way of giving him a fancy nod of approval and probably some champagne. Fun fact, for all his talent, Hacker isn't as well known today as some of his contemporaries, but his paintings continue to crop up in museum collections and auction houses, ready to be rediscovered by the next person who says, "Wow, who painted this melancholy masterpiece?" Also, fun trivia you can use to impress or confuse someone at an awkward dinner party. Arthur Hacker's father was an engraver, which means moody visuals basically ran in the family. It's like being raised in a house full of black and white etchings and deciding, you know what this needs? Angels. Lots of angels. So, next time you see one of Hacker's golden, glowing, vaguely sorrowful figures staring wistfully into the void, you know it's not just art. It's Victorian drama on canvas. And Hacker? He was absolutely here for it. In short, Arthur Hacker painted with the precision of a scholar and the flair of someone who knew the value of a good spotlight. Just like this one. Now enjoy my Madlib in the style of Arthur Hacker with a sprinkling of Beatrix Potter? One of the below suspects is grown up. But who?
Oh my gosh.
This is so weird. I picked this one for a couple of reasons. One of which is it's one of the few that didn't have a kid or several kids together, and not one of them looked like they were grown up. There were a few other random rabbits here and there, but I thought this one was so funny because A, we got Beatrix Potter's rabbits. We have artwork that looks very, very much like Arthur Hacker's style.
Yes.
And then there's just an absurd, like, flying rabbit thing.
I picture him bursting through the door. Just
Professor Kit Kat. This book rooster is bored to death at fancy conventions. I will just tell you, every single thing I got was a rooster on a book, sometimes holding a book.
That's
Sometimes
so
with
strange.
Arm hands.
Yeah, he's got arm hands, but he also has wings, sort of.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's so
there
weird.
have multiple variations. There's some of them where it looks very rooster-like with feet where they belong and wings where they belong, and the book is just kind of like propped up against its chest. Next up, Mrs. Grizzly Bear. This widow. Did you save your laughter?
Sorry.
Sing it yet.
Mrs. Grizzly Bear is just a funny name to me. I don't know why. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And it's a hyphenate, by the way. Grizzly
Oh,
Bear.
Grizzly
Like,
Bear.
This is
So, like...
So one of them was a grizzly, one of them was a bear. And someone's like, you know what, y'all should get married? And they're like, oh my god, we actually like each other.
Grizzly Bear. Gotcha.
So, Mrs. Grizzly Bear. This widowed socialite may look filthy horrid. I just want you to remember that two-word phrase.
Filthy horrid. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god.
When this came out, and there were a lot of contenders. But when this came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
That is so great. Oh my lord.
If you only knew how many bears with bosoms I got. But she'd kill for some cold, greenish cash.
Oh wow.
And greenish was your word.
I know, that's great. Now that looks like a socialite. Who
and
has
see,
a,
that
has
is
a,
what I did.
Who has a penchant for owls?
That is what
for some reason.
Yes, that is what I put into the prompt. I said, but this widowed socialite, or I might have put horrid socialite. But anyway,
okay.
I put socialite, but I didn't say anything about Mrs. Grizzly Bear because I didn't want to get just another Mrs. Grizzly Bear.
Right.
You know? But I thought this was freaking cool.
It's very cool. Those dark. I mean, I'm imagining just for my own sanity that she's wearing sunglasses, but also, but also it's iffy. Like perhaps she just has empty holes of nothingness where her eyes should be, because she doesn't really look 100% human.
Miss Scarlet, she was in that list of suspects. You saw her, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Miss Scarlet This stunning former actress always steals the wash rag wherever she goes.
Rude. Don't steal my wash
How many
rag.
people? Think about how many people steal towels from hotels and
There she
blankets
goes.
from airplanes.
There she goes, running away with the
Yes.
wash rag.
That is a big wash rag,
Right?
Maybe it's this. I think this may be a dish wash rag.
Maybe.
You know.
But man, she's running off with it. She's like,
It's
she's
just
like, whoo, gotta make my getaway. I got my dish towel.
Colonel Mustard. This former accountant.
Okay. Why is he a colonel if he was just an accountant? I didn't realize accountants had that sort of a tier system, you know? Do you actually start as like a sergeant, no, like a private, you know, when you're a private accountant? Oh my God, a private accountant. That's what it actually means.
The Army's got to have accountants. This former accountant fought in 0 wars.
Oh, well.
And is a yeah. That's why I started laughing. and is a master of large intestine to hand combat.
Oh.
Now, I'll tell you now.
I don't want to do that kind of combat. No. Hi, kitty.
And if you recall, you probably saw this in that list of suspects at the beginning.
Yes, that's true. We certainly did.
I mean,
How
certainly not
strange.
that particular one.
No,
I
but
just
it
thought it
was
was funny. Like, I got this cat.
right, and the one that was in yellow on the title slide had cat ears. So yeah, made sense.
But it's so funny. Like oh, I have to be in disguise, but I really am a cat.
But also, Colonel Mustard is an awesome name for a cat, for a ginger cat, isn't it?
Oh, that is. Dr. Orchid.
Oh.
This smarty toe rings scientist was grounded out of school for creating a toxic little Pomeranian puppy.
What a weird thing to do. Oh my God. Look at the little Pomeranian puppy. He's so cute. But he's toxic.
So
I have
I
to stay
like
away.
this one.
It's cute.
I like this one because at first you're like, this is so cute. And then you look at her. And if you just look at her, you realize she's not quite right. Like, at first she seems like she's a normal, cool lady. And then there's just something kind of manic in those eyes. And
She also
the Pomeranian
chooses to
is
wear.
really cute.
Her clothes are also oddly baggy. That seems
Yeah.
like she's wearing someone else's clothes.
Some students got funkily sick, but it's not like anyone died. Or did they?
Oh. Oh! Or did they?
I feel like whoever wrote this is this person.
Yeah.
Like, and they have staged this.
Or did they?
You know. But I love how well it really did lean into Arthur Hacker here.
Yeah, it really did.
Mr. Green, when he was a kid, his neighborhood Burger King onion ring stand earned $310.
Wow. I didn't realize they. I mean, I've never had onion rings from Burger King that were quite that large.
Well, I feel like this might be like you know, kind of like an exaggeration type poster
Oh,
thing,
okay.
you know. But are those burgers or are those onion ring burgers?
I think
It
they're.
feels like that they have a bun top and bottom, but the middle things are onion rings.
Well, what I think is, I think it's just each one is 2 burgers stacked on top of each other.
Oh, okay, that could work. Business is in his pie hole.
That's interesting. Oh gosh, did he like sever
yeah.
her hand?
I don't know. I just noticed that. I'm
That's
not
pretty
comfortable
awful.
with any of what's going on there. There's something going on with his own hand. They had a hand accident. I don't know if they had a mini grenade going on or what, but
Do you know what's on the plate? We've seen it before.
is that roasted rat ear?
It's roasted ear of rat dog. Quincy's delicatessen. We can't escape.
Oh gosh, I'm so glad to get to the honorable mentions.
Yay.
After that.
Oh gosh.
I had to put this one in here because I got the joke after the fact. One of these suspects is grown up, but who? Oh, I meant to replace her. My bad. But it's okay. So yeah, I guess these two here. I was gonna say she's a widow, but maybe this is one of her kids.
Oh well, yeah.
Because if you notice that both of these look filthy horrid, and so they're not bear women, but they have a bear with them.
Right.
So I don't know if this is their new suitor because they're widows. Remember, or maybe she was widowed and this is her new husband.
Oh yeah, so
Who's
she's
just really a bear.
She's Mrs. Grizzly Bear.
I
so.
get it. There's one sentence in this whole Madlib that probably, besides Miss Grizzly Bear, needed to be revisited.
Okay.
Can you think of what it might have been? Some students got funkily sick.
Oh, funkily
but it's
sick.
not like anyone died, or did they?
Honey, I think all of them died.
Okay, I do not think that Beatrice Potter ever had monitor lizards in her story.
I was gonna say, I think they all died along with their iguanas and their Gila monsters or whatever they were. Yeah.
Well, if it's a Gila monster, that's bad. Gila monsters are venomous. But it's like it's not like anyone died, did they? I mean,
everyone.
Or maybe whenever they made the Pomeranian, it turned into that's what a toxic Pomeranian looks like.
Oh, maybe, and that's what killed him all.
Really horrible scientist, but and we continue. It's not like anyone died. I'm like, what is she? It's an acid. Who's in the back there? I feel like she might be on their way out too. I mean, something's really gone wrong with her face,
right? It's like she has a mask on her face.
Oh, and she's a unicorn. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, or possibly, yeah, that does look like a horn, or maybe it's just a very, very, very small witch's hat.
And also, like this kid's clothes look so
like
wrong.
They look very large. Like they look very wide in the shoulders
Yes.
and very big.
But
it's
then
like
look at his skinny leg. It's like, is that just his leg right there?
That was fun. That was fun. Well, that's it, right? That's
we are done.
Yeah, no wheel
So we
to
don't
spin.
get to spin the wheel.
No wheel to spin. No. But that's okay. So that's going to be it for this half of the season. We're going to take a little bit of a break. I don't know, maybe a month or so. And then we'll be back. We'll start filming again.
Don't
and then
forget the
second half of the
All-Stars
season-
are here.
Yeah. Second half of the season, we're bringing back all our favorite artists that we did during the first 3 seasons. Or first 4 seasons.
Not technically necessarily fair. They were either our favorites or a few times there were artists that we felt like didn't get a fair shake.
Yeah, because they got blended
maybe
with
either
something.
Madlib overpowered them, or they got
they got blended with something and it didn't really turn out really great. So yeah, we want to bring them back, give them a second chance. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, we can come to the Discord. We can hang out during the mid-season break. But we're gonna get out of here. And thank you guys for watching this season. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. Brent, thank you for hosting the show with me.
Yes, it was very fun.
All right. Click like and subscribe before you leave, guys, and we'll see you when we come back.
Suspects that I ever did see. Professor Kit Kat perched on a book, cackling loud with his sideways look. Feathered fists and literary squawk. He ain't a candy bar, no matter the talk. Bored stiff at every highbrow con, pecking at novels till the break of dawn. Here's the list of suspects. Line them up, call their names.